Most visitors to Norway's Fjord region rush between Bergen and Stavanger, but they're missing one of the country's most interesting areas. Haugesund and Karmøy offer everything from Viking heritage to beaches and fishing villages. Discover why this is the homeland of the Viking kings. Haugesund is your gateway to this region. Located between Bergen and Stavanger, this coastal town of 37,000 people is often overlooked by tourists. Many cruise ships now dock here instead of Bergen, making it a good base for exploring Western Norway. The town center is compact and walkable. Start your exploration on Haraldsgata, one of Norway's longest pedestrian streets. Haugesund has more Art Nouveau buildings than any other town in Norway. Look up at the corner buildings and towers as you walk. Local architect Einar Halleland designed many of them. Only a few shops are geared towards tourists. The majority are for locals, and you will find many unique shops. There are very few chain stores, as these are located in shopping malls outside the town center. The town hall is quite unique as it is painted pink. It was once voted Norway's finest town hall. It was a gift from shipowner Knut Knutsen and his wife Elizabeth back in 1931. Haugesund's main claim to fame is its connection to Norway's film industry. Right here on Haraldsgata, you'll find Norway's own Walk of Fame. Since 2015, granite blocks have been installed featuring the outline of the Amanda statue, Norway's answer to the Oscars. Each year, during the Norwegian International Film Festival in August, new stones are unveiled honoring Norwegian actors. The Walk of Fame is a bit underwhelming as there are currently very few stones, which are located in the middle of a crossing. It will take several more decades or even centuries to actually become a walk, like in Los Angeles. The festival brings Crown Prince Haakon as patron. The awards ceremony takes place at Festiviteten Concert Hall, while screenings happen at the historic Edda Kino. The festival happens in the second part of August. Another festival is the Sildajazz, which, as its name suggests, is a jazz festival. It happens in the first part of August. From the town center, you can walk to Byparken, the city park, or visit Our Savior's Church. Don't miss the Marilyn Monroe statue on the waterfront at Indre. Monroe's father emigrated from this area to America. To understand the region's maritime heritage, walk across Smedasundet Sound and Risøy Bridge to see the working shipyards that still drive much of Haugesund's economy. The cruise harbor is located here. The terminal can handle the largest ships, and many cruise lines now choose Haugesund over Bergen. From the terminal, you can walk to the city center in about 15 minutes. You will notice that there are 2 hop-on hop-off bus companies. Regular viewers of this channel will know that this is unusual. The 2 companies operating identical red buses managed to turn cruise passenger transport into what can only be described as a turf war, complete with actual fisticuffs between staff at the cruise terminal during summer 2024. The owner of Hop-on AS used to own nearly half of competitor Stroma until a 2019 falling out that ended with her husband being sacked for alleged sabotage. Visitors can now choose between 2 bus tours, operated by people who'd rather push each other into the harbor than compete on service quality. Check their routes as they don't go to the same sites. North of the city center, you'll find Haraldshaugen National Monument. This commemorates the unification of Norway by King Harald Fairhair in 872 AD. It's an obelisk surrounded by 29 standing stones representing Norway's historic counties. Continue on the coastal path to the rising tide sculpture. 4 life-size horse heads that rise and fall with the tide. A reminder about climate change. If you continue further along the coastal trail, you will reach Kvalsvik Coastal Battery, another abandoned military installation. If you wonder if there is any connection between Kvalsvik and Kvalsvika on Lofoten, both mean Bay of Whales. We can only cover so much in a video. For the full stories when you're in Norway, check out the Explore Norway app. Link below. For views, head up to Steinsfjellet Viewpoint, 227 meters above sea level, where you can see the entire Haugalandet region. There is a large antenna at the summit, so you won't miss it. In the nearby Djupadalen area, you'll find hiking trails through forests and around lakes. If you want to understand why this area is called the homeland of the Viking kings, head south to Karmøy Island, 15 minutes away across the Karmsund Bridge. Your first stop should be Avaldsnes. For over 3,000 years, chieftains and kings controlled the shipping lane here, called Nordvegen, the way to the north, which gave Norway its name. This was the royal seat of Harald Fairhair, Norway's first king who unified the country in the 9th century. The Nordvegen History Centre tells this story through interactive exhibits. You'll meet sorcerers, shield maidens, and Norse gods in their displays. The museum is complete and features interesting artifacts, but it's very dark and there is a lot of text to read. On a previous visit, the then 6-year-old son of our producer's ex-girlfriend found it quite boring. Also, the mix of history and Viking mythology in the videos throughout the exhibition can be sometimes a bit confusing. The museum ticket also includes access to St. Olav's Church and the Viking village. That makes the ticket good value for money. The church was built in 1250 on the exact spot where kings once had their royal manor. The ruins of the castle are currently being excavated and should be accessible to visitors within the next few years. Don't miss the Virgin Mary's sewing needle, a 24-foot leaning stone next to the church. Local legend says that when this stone finally touches the church wall, doomsday will come. It's been slowly leaning for over 1,000 years, so we're probably safe for now. A short walk through the landscape brings you to the reconstructed Viking Farm on Bukøy Island. Costumed actors playing a Viking chieftain and his family will show you around the buildings. The longhouse could house 25 people and their sheep, and you'll learn that Viking women had considerable power as they ran the household. The Viking village is smaller than the one in Gudvangen, but it is based on actual archaeological finds in the region. The setting feels more natural and spacious. If you're visiting in June, you might catch the annual Viking Festival, where over 200 Vikings from across Europe set up camp among the buildings. It's become the largest Viking festival on Norway's west coast. The Netflix series Norseman was actually filmed in Avaldsnes. Continue south on Karmøy. The island is home to Åkrasanden Beach, which has been voted Norway's most beautiful beach several times. With its white sand and turquoise water, it's perfect for a summer swim. You would feel in the Caribbean if it wasn't for the temperature. In the village of Visnes, you'll find something unexpected, a mini Statue of Liberty. This marks the spot of the copper mine that provided the copper for the actual Statue of Liberty in New York. The Visnes Mining Museum tells the story of what was once one of Europe's largest copper mining operations. It's not possible to visit the actual mine, as it is completely flooded. The mine closed in 1972 and was at its peak the largest in Norway, before Røros and Kongsberg. At the southern tip of Karmøy lies Skudeneshavn, often called Norway's best-preserved small town. This 19th century clipper town has white wooden houses, cobblestone streets, and a harbor. The best time to visit is on hot summer days. Just outside Skudeneshavn is Sireniset Fortress. Follow the path from the parking place to the top of a hill. It's about 1 kilometer long. Plan 30 to 45 minutes just to get there and back. In the northern part of Haugesund, you will find Dokken Museum on Hasseløy Island. It shows what life was like during the herring era 150 years ago. Haugesund was built on fish, and fishing remains important to the local economy today. About a 90 minutes drive east, you'll find Langfoss Waterfall in the Fjord. This 612-meter cascade was voted by CNN as one of the world's most beautiful waterfalls. However, you can't really see the full waterfall from the road where most people stop. You can hike alongside it for better views, or take a boat trip to see it from below in the fjord. If you're arriving by cruise ship, think twice about booking this tour. It's a long drive for what you can actually see from the roadside viewing area. Now, Røvær Island deserves a special mention. This car-free fishing village, 25 minutes by boat from Haugesund, has only 80 inhabitants, but maintains a school, kindergarten, grocery shop, and hotel. It's remarkable that such a tiny community can sustain modern life. Walking around Røvær feels like stepping back in time, with only 2 cars on the entire island, making traffic jams virtually impossible. The island's highest point, Brovarden, offers views on clear days, and you can visit the Bridge of Love via the Proposal Road. The islanders make their living from fishing, aquaculture, and tourism. At the Røvær Aquaculture Centre, you can learn about Norway's salmon farming industry. Utsira is a larger island far off the coast. You can access it by ferry from Haugesund. The ride takes approximately 70 minutes, so there you have it. Haugesund and Karmøy offer Viking history, nature, and culture. Whether you're interested in ancient kings, or contemporary cinema, beaches, or fishing villages, this region has something to see. And if you're planning to visit this area, don't forget that there's more to see beyond the main attractions. Check out our other videos for more hidden gems across Norway.